Hiya guys, how are you all doing? So I'm gonna be alright, but I know I've done this completely backwards. So I reacted to the Demon House, the lost footage, when technically I should have reacted to the first part, then that part. So I've kind of done it backwards. So we're reacting to part one, but part two in my series, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Now, I'm not going to lie, I'm a bit scared to watch this, but it gives us context into actually went on in that house. And I know I've got all you guys here to pray, to protect me, say prayers, whatever. You know, I'm sitting here with my cross. And yeah, so I have to give credit to Jonah and Pira for uploading this, but I also have to give credit to the Ghost Adventurers team because they're the ones that done this documentary. So let's just get into this. Oh, even looking at that guy's face is literally making me sweat. Okay, here we go. All right, well.
Hauntings. I have a series on the Travel Channel in the US called Ghost Adventures. I'm one of the world's leading researchers on ghosts and demonology. And this is the case that really fucked me up.
Okay.
The story was huge. It was the next Amityville. And I went all out. I had plenty of resources, equipment, a great crew. I thought I was gonna crush this story. But in the end, nothing was as it seemed. I fell ill and couldn't leave my room for 8 days. I didn't feel like myself. Crew members quit on the spot or had to get fired. Witnesses and experts ended up in the hospital.
Wow.
And at the heart of it all was a little screwed up house. It took me 3 years to finish this film. I had everything I needed. But the truth is, this film is cursed.
I'm literally, yeah, I'm getting goosebumps. I'm getting goosebumps. Don't worry, guys. I'll put some holy water over the screen, and I have asked in Jesus' name to protect all of us. But, yeah. I am so... We're watching this. Yeah, we have to watch this. We need context, because we've already watched part two. So if this is really messing them up, put people in the hospital and stuff like that, I wonder if they show it. Let's check it out. Why does it keep doing that? Every time I try to pause it to give commentary, it won't allow me to like unpause it. Let me try another channel that's got... So I think what we're going to have to do... Oh, wait now. I think what we're going to have to do is watch it and... I don't know. Just have my commentary in the background. I hope that YouTube will allow me to do that, because for some reason... Maybe if I come out of YouTube and come back in. Let me try that. Alright, so we're hitting record again. Let's see if we can let's see if it'll let us play it. Oh, finally!
2014, I had a nightmare where I'm a spirit hanging out with other spirits. And I show them this trick I can do, moving an object on a table without touching it, like what I try to get spirits to do during my investigations. Then I'm suddenly in front of a door, and I can't control my body. And the door opens, and a 12-foot tall goat figure is standing there. And dark black smoke comes out of its mouth, and I'm forced to inhale it. When I woke up, my lungs hurt, and I knew this was some serious shit that meant something. A week later, a story
Yeah, maybe stop smoking. I don't know. I'm trying to be lighthearted in this.
about a demon possession in Gary, Indiana makes international news.
Look at one of the most documented cases of demon possession and exorcism in recent history.
While this news is breaking, I'm filming a show in California when I start getting calls about it. The next day, over the phone, I buy the house, sight unseen. Now,
why the hell would you buy a house where where people are being possessed inside, and there's police and social work and the family are saying certain things are happening? Like, what on earth would inspire you and think that this is a great idea? Let's just buy a demon house.
Inside Edition
Content,
with Deborah Norville.
That portal to hell house that we've been telling you about in Gary, Indiana, where so many eerie things are said to have happened.
It's a photograph of the window, and there's literally someone transparent standing looking out. Yeah, I think that's the listing. If I saw that in the listing, yeah, I think you couldn't give me that house for free. I don't know what I would rather. I'd rather take my chances sleeping under a bridge. I really would.
Has just been sold. And wait till you see who's moving in.
The new owner is Zach Baggins.
What on earth were you thinking buying this house?
a week later, I arrive with a film crew. A woman named Latoya Ammons, along with her young children and her mother, are the family at the center of this haunting. Unfortunately, they've since moved out and some squatters have moved in. It takes some convincing to get them to leave.
Hello?
Hey, Charles, it's Zach. Did you call?
The boyfriend should be getting there really soon. I told him it was seriously important. I talked to him about 2 minutes ago.
I don't even, understand that being homeless and living in the street is tough. But screw that. Yeah, screw that. There's no way. Absolutely no way.
Okay, thanks, Charles.
Yeah, I gotta get a few things. I'm Eddie.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Fiance, man.
Oh, yeah. How are you?
How you doing?
I'm all right.
Man, you want to talk to my friends while I'm in here?
Your friends?
Yeah.
Who's your friends?
Oh, man. I can tell you some shit.
This is my first steps right now inside the home. And, wow, this is it, huh?
Yeah.
Then psychic medium Chris Fleming sends me a text. He's heard I bought the house. He sends me a warning that I'll never forget. He tells me there's a 12-foot tall demon guardian, just like the one from my dream, at that house. And I better stay the hell away.
Hey bro, hope you're alright and not possessed already. Just got off the phone with Adam. Be safe. Saw visions of this demon being very large, almost like a hulking type figure, horns turned back and centaurian feet. Be careful, Adam thinks it's 8 out of 10 on the demonic scale. So this is a bad MFer. Below, Satan himself. Oh God. When it comes to possession, like one of the generals, so it's one of Satan's generals, I guess, I can send you a picture I could draw if you want to me, but it actually makes me feel sick and weak. I hope he chose the picture.
From it. I should have taken his advice.
What?
But I didn't.
I just got the keys to the demon house.
So I have the house, but I don't have Latoya Ammons and her family, who were allegedly possessed in the house. They've moved away to Indianapolis, so we go searching for them.
So this is it. This is what it all comes down to after numerous conversations with Latoya and her mother about them debating on whether or not they want to talk, do an interview with me. They always said they'd return our phone calls, and they never did.
I think like talking about it will bring back the trauma that they went through, and not only that, it would feel like you're opening yourself back up to what was ever in that house.
So we were able to find their address. I have to go try and talk to them.
A bit stalkery, Zach.
We're in Indianapolis. Latoya did a news story like a year ago or something, and we were able to find this news story that wasn't related to her exorcisms about a mold problem here in these apartments. And you could see her standing there with the address on the right-hand side, and that's how we were able to be led here.
Well, that's actually pretty scary. Sorry, that like the fact that just out of where our door is and the apartment block, they're able to track down where this person stays. So that just tells me be very vigilant on the internet, because creepazoids can find out where you are. Not that I'm saying Zach's a creep.
This whole story started in 2011 when the Ammons family moved into that old rental house in Gary, Indiana. They started hearing footsteps going up and down their basement stairs, saw shadowy figures in the living room, and flies swarmed their screened-in porch in the dead of winter. A local Catholic church told them their house was haunted by spirits, and a couple clairvoyants claimed that the house was home to 200 demons. Then it started affecting their young children more. They started having dark conversations about death with people who weren't there. A family doctor wrote it off as delusions. Then on April 27th, 2012, everything blew up. Now I'm outside their new home, 150 miles away, hoping they'll talk to me.
Someone in there. How are you? Is Latoya or Rosa here?
Yeah.
How are you, Matt? We talked on the phone.
Hey, how you doing?
This is Zach.
What's up, man? How you
I
doing?
thought you looked for TV. How you doing?
Good.
Pretty good.
I wanted to see if Latoya or Rosa would want to talk to us.
Okay. I'll see if we want to talk to you.
Okay. Yeah. See what happens. It's bullshit.
I knew it.
Oh, she won't. Okay.
Do you blame her?
Kevin explains they won't speak to me because I've spent time in the house, and they fear things have attached themselves to me.
Do you really blame this woman? Do you really blame her? I don't.
Luckily, Kevin is willing to talk.
What did you notice first?
I was told not to even go in the house. It was really affecting the kids and my sister the most, you know, and they're really the youngest, my nephew. It was really letting him have it. It was hurting him, you know, things like that of that nature. Then, like when they came to see me and stay with me those few days and nights, it was attacking them in my home. I heard it. I was upstairs in my bedroom and I heard, boom. They were all sitting in my living room, and they started this little weird, evil little chant out of nowhere, and it started with my youngest nephew started. He stopped. My oldest nephew picked it up. He stopped. My niece picks it up.
Are you okay?
Oh no! No! Oh no, I know like we're meant to love our kids and stuff, but see if my kids started doing that, I'm finding the closest orphanage and dropping them off. Yeah. Or the closest church. Fix these kids, you know. I don't want them back while they're growling and they have no eyes. Oh my god. Yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You're getting, I don't know, packed into the car and whisked away to a monastery or something like that. Yeah, absolutely not. If I had to see my children doing that, I'm like, yeah, I would probably, yeah, yeah, they're moving. They're moving out.
We were taking them to the car, and then all of a sudden my one nephew started attacking the other one. And then my niece just started attacking. They just kept attacking each other.
Get off the car. Yeah, get off.
And my nephew looks up at my mom and says, "Get your hands off me, you old bitch."
I said that's enough. That's it. Get your fucking hands off. That's your papa.
Fuck your old bitch.
Oh, that
Has they ever talked to your mom?
I mean, speaking of your mum like that, deserves a slap in the face, but you'd be too bloody scared to, you know? Things like, take your hands off me. Oh no. No. No.
Like that?
They would never do that.
Ever.
Ever. I had my oldest nephew, and she had him, and he looks at him, he said, "Are you ready to go, my brother?" "Yes, yeah, my brother, I'm ready to go." All of a sudden, it just started grabbing on my oldest nephew, just slam him in the back, and he just kept throwing his kids.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly why it shows my family. I don't know, it was...
Do you think it was in the house?
I'm thinking it's the presence that was in the house
Wrong
before they moved
place,
there.
Wrong
Do you think it's dangerous for me to
timing.
be in that house?
I wouldn't be there. No way I would be there.
After meeting with me, the Ammons won't let their brother back in their home because I've been inside the house, and the spirits could have transferred over to...
The poor brother's now homeless. God. He's gone to speak to Zach and now like they've booted him out. But do you blame them after seeing like the way them kids are acting? Sorry mate, but there's a 7-Eleven or whatever you call it, a Motel 6 down the road. Have at it. We'll see you later.
him. Next, I tracked down Father Michael Maginot, the priest who performed multiple exorcisms on the Ammons family, to fill me in on the next part of the story.
They called 911.
They called 911.
They did.
Ambulances came. They took the boys to the emergency room.
When they got to the hospital, were there still strange things being reported by the emergency room staff?
Yeah, there was one boy was very violent.
Could you mention about the hospital again? Tell Lieutenant Kershak. Yeah, what happened?
My granddaughter would get in her head and she could hear them talking in her head. It does to my daughter too. They say little crazy stuff to them in their head, and my granddaughter said, "I can't take it anymore. Remember, I make them stop. I can't look in their eyes. I can't look in their eyes." I said, "Sit down, don't look at them." So I'm watching her, and I'm watching the one on the bed. His head is doing this. His eyes are rolling around, and he's talking in the crazy voice. "I've been here long enough. I came to kill. I'm going to kill now." This is how he started talking.
What happens next is witnessed by hospital staff and Child Protective Services case manager, Valerie Washington.
What happens?
So I have the intake officer's report, and this is by Valerie Washington, the family case manager, dated April 23rd, 2012.
This is nurses, doctors, and a social worker, and a priest. It's all witnessed.
This was Valerie Washington that did say, later that evening, he began to growl. He charged at the grandmother's stomach and head-butted her several times.
I said, that's not Andrew, Toya. And he swirled around on the footstool. And he had that evil smile on his face. And I walked up to him. I said, you're not my grandson. You're a demon. He turned around. He turned backwards. He walked up the wall backwards.
Wow. What the actual hell? Oh no. No. If I was a nurse, I'd have been out of there as fast as my little orthopedic shoes could carry me. There is no way in hell. What the guys like? They're all witnessing walking up the whole wall backwards. Yeah. Yeah, my advice, run! Run as fast as you can, get out of there. This kid's not normal, you know? This kid's a bit messed up in the head. He's able to like walk up walls and stuff. This isn't normal. This guy needs dipped in a vat of holy water or something, not a bloody hospital.
He went up the wall real fast, standing like this, facing the wall this way, and went up the wall and came back around and stood back in front of us.
What did you do when that happened?
This is the social worker and the grandma.
I left the She walked out. I saw her.
No wonder.
I saw you go.
So
Like she's smiling. I left. Hon, I would have done more than left, you know. I'd have left that. I would have left more than the hospital grounds. I would have left more. I would have left the town. I'd have left the state. I would have took up residence in my, I don't know, a local church and lived there for about a month just to make sure I was safe from this creepy little boy that's like walking up walls.
there's the CPS worker right there admitting to the police that's filming this that she did witness this boy.
So this is the police that's filming this. So we've got cops now too. So this has got priests, social workers, hospital staff like doctors, nurses, and police officers. I bet they're all thinking to themselves, wish I hadn't came into work this day.
Walking backwards up the wall.
Who else was in the room when that happened?
The psychologist.
The psychologist was
And
there
the
too?
He had just examined.
Okay. What did the psychologist say?
He left the room too.
Oh my god, what do you think he was going to do? Just stand there and think, oh yeah, that's natural. I've seen many kids do that. That's just so natural. Of course he's bloody going to run out the room. That's the first one out there. Honestly, like, if people were in front of me, I would have pushed them out the way. I'd have tripped them up. I'd have threw them onto the floor, trampled over them, just to get out that bloody room.
So wait. Okay. You haven't been here since the last time. I haven't been here since the day after he came. And when I came.
This home video was shot by police doing a wellness check on the Ammons 1 week after the incident at the hospital. This is the first time the Ammons have been back to their home since then.
Is everything pretty much intact the way you guys left it?
Yeah. Okay. So this is, whose room is this? My room. Oh, so you had the front room. Nice. I had to stay in.
One of the officers that was there that day was Captain Charles Austin, who had been there a month earlier on a Child Protective Services call.
Why did you come here in March 2012?
I'm the watch commander for the police department. One of the sergeants stated that he was dispatched to this location to assist Child Protective Service in removing 2 or 3 children who had not been attending school. Upon walking in, he saw several crucifixes, candles which had been burnt, and Bibles. And he stated that he had an eerie feeling within inside the residence. In my 37 years of police investigation, I've never run into anything like that before. So we stayed up here for approximately 45 minutes, and I was in disbelief.
What time do the things in this house usually start? You said in the evening?
You don't have a special time.
I'm saying, yeah, okay, right. This is really occurring.
The officers then went down into the basement.
And it was a table with a crucifix, a Bible, and a candle which had been lit. We stayed down here for about 15 minutes. And he was videotaping, I was taking my iPhone, and I was taking pictures and whatever. And I said, it's time for me to leave. I've had enough. I immediately started walking. And as I walked, I say, that's weird. I don't know that much about construction, but why would somebody concrete a whole basement and leave dirt under the stairs? I say, that don't make sense. And as I looked closer, I saw a foil pan with a candle. Don't make sense. Don't make common sense.
At this stage of the police investigation, what Captain Austin perceives as odd may be something much graver. Is it possible this discovery is the remnants of a ritual? One capable of conjuring something terrifying?
Then, in fact, things start occurring.
What do you mean things? What kind of things?
We noticed when we went in the basement, there's actually 2 doors. The one on the left that actually goes to the room, at various times we were in the basement, it was in a different position and neither one of us had went into the room.
I had an audio recording that I was walking around the house just making notes or commenting on things. There was an unusual, unidentifiable voice that appeared on that audio.
Oh, they're burning stuff all over the place here.
That's where.
I'm surprised the fire department hasn't been here.
It sounds like haze to me.
I'm surprised.
Did you hear that with your own ears?
When that happened that day, I did not hear any voice. I only heard it on the recording.
And I walked out of here and got in my unit, squad car, and I drove approximately 1.5 miles away.
Are you pulled over now?
All right, I'm in a gas station parking lot. And all of a sudden, the AM, FM radio in my car changed and went to static. And it said, who in there?
His radio went to static, and a creepy voice, growly voice said, who is that? This is a cop. I mean, he's got no reason to lie about this stuff. In fact, none of them do. I mean, we've got child protection and doctors and whatnot. None of them have any reason to make this stuff up. Yeah, that would have freaked me out.
The home's previous owner told me that other police officers had experienced things in the house that had caused them to quit their jobs and move away from the area.
I had come to the conclusion, because of everything that had transpired and all the things that I had witnessed and heard about, that it affected women and children physically and the stronger being men electronically. We set up another meeting to come to this house.
Who did?
Myself, the other officers, Child Protective Services.
The same CPS worker from before?
No.
Who?
She wouldn't come back.
Why?
She was terrified.
Yeah.
Something was coming from underneath those stairs that was causing the whole...
So now we have two different social workers because one was too scared to come back. I don't blame you, girl. I don't blame you. I wouldn't have went back either.
How? To turn.
In light of these developments, Reverend Maginot gets approval to perform a minor rite on the mother, Latoya Ammons.
You basically want to try to either aggravate the demon or abate it. But if it's consistent, okay, you're not really affecting the demon, and you may be endangering the person. Behold the cross of the Lord, fleet bands of enemy. May you be snatched away and driven from the church of God and from the souls redeemed by the precious blood of the divine Lamb. I saw she had an aversion to holy objects. I put the crucifix on her head. She began convulsing. I took it off. She stopped convulsing. And then I did it a second time. Again, watching, consistent, and did it a third time.
Father Maginot sat on the couch with a Bible, some holy water, and some salt. And he was reading the Bible. He was just intense. He was really reading.
While Reverend Maginot tends to Latoya...
But Father Maginot was missing, and I'm telling you this, a suit covered in crosses. Yeah, a suit, a cross suit. And maybe even a little hairband with a little cross on it as well. And then a big giant bucket of holy water just to pour over this woman as soon as she started acting up.
3 police officers who are present begin digging in the basement, under the stairs.
Three cops.
We were digging whatever. He had dug about 4 feet.
The officer?
Right. And he found a nail, a fingernail, a clip-on nail. I think it was pink in color.
A nail.
Right. A fingernail, a clip-on nail. And he found some panties.
Panties?
Women's panties. Women's underwear.
Also dug up that day, a comb, 2 children's socks, a heavy bar, and a red tin. So who buried these objects under the stairs, and why?
Do you believe that that house was haunted before Latoya and her family moved in?
If those items were there from that original family, it could be. Now, I think it would be what you would call necromancy, which is trying to communicate with the dead.
We only assumed, because we had no expertise, that this was a portal to hell.
Upstairs, something begins to happen in the center bedroom.
We went in the center bedroom on the first floor, and the blinds were dripping oil. In fact, they weren't dripping from the top, as you would expect. They were dripping from the middle of the blinds.
Wow.
There was some liquid material that had appeared on some blinds in there, and we had no source for that material.
We left the room. First, we photographed it and documented it, and then I wiped down the blinds. And then we sealed the room, and I thought, if the grandmother had went in there and introduced...
The sauce liquids. But, alright, we'll wipe down the blinds. Maybe it could be condensation, I don't know. It doesn't look like condensation, but okay. We'll wipe down the blinds, we'll seal the room, and we'll see what happens again. Let's see.
The oil, I wanted to make sure that she didn't go in the second time, so we stuck a Q-tip in the door, at the bottom of the door, and then we came back about 40 minutes later after Father Maginot had blessed the house, and the Q-tip was still in a door. We went in and the blinds were dripping oil again. Lieutenant Grushka actually went outside and we shined flashlights on the outside of the windows to see if it was coming in from the outside or from the ceiling, and we could never determine the source, Zach.
This CPS worker would be the next to fall victim to the malevolent energy in this home.
Oh no, another
the
one.
CPS opened the cabinet and she took her left hand, I remember, she may be 11, and she touched the dripping.
The fluid.
The fluid.
That you've been seeing.
Oh, right. And when she touched the fluid, her whole half of her hand changed like all the blood had been drawn out of it.
It went white.
White. It was just completely white. And she had to leave the house.
She had complained of pain in that, and it did turn white.
I went on the investigation, like I said at the very beginning, thinking that it was a hoax. The more investigation we did, I believe that there's something there. There's just too many people that I know who are truthful people that saw things, that some of them which I saw, to discount everything.
I was talking to the Child Protective Services worker. Her hand was starting to come back to life.
Okay.
And Father Maginot came to the front porch stairs outside, and he stood there, and he looked. I say, Father, what's wrong? And he looked exactly like the CPS worker's hand. He was flush as a sheet of paper. And it was like, I said, what's wrong? And he said, the blinds are dripping.
With so many unrelated people finding themselves entangled in this demonic web, Father Maginot is compelled to help the Ammons. Evidence in hand, he requests permission from Bishop Dale J. Melzick to conduct an official exorcism on LaToya Ammons. His request is granted immediately.
I adjure you, ancient serpent, by the judge of the living and the dead, by your creator, by him who has the power to consign you to hell.
LaToya would later recount, this was the moment she felt the spirit lift from her. The stories I had heard about this haunting were compelling, but as I began my own investigation, there was just one nagging question. Was the whole thing a hoax?
Yeah, I'd be curious about that, but considering there's like so many people involved, like, especially that they have jobs where their reputation is everything, then you seem to think, like, why would they make up a hoax? Because most people that I quote unquote see ghosts or I've seen like a UFO or something, people just automatically label them as crazy. So why would they like jeopardize, their careers or anything like that? So yeah, I'm not convinced like this is a hoax at all.
It's enforceable. What I am telling you is that Father Light still is under the belief that he only granted you
In early 2014, I get a call from the producer of a very big horror film from a few years ago. He's threatening me because he wants the film rights to the Ammon story. Due to privacy laws, his identity is disguised here.
Don't bully me around. Do not call me and threaten me. Don't call me and tell me that Mr. is this bigwig attorney and I better listen to what he's saying, because you're being documented right now by myself, listening to what appears to be threats. And I didn't want to go this route.
So Hollywood wants the rights, which means there's money in it for the major players, from the Ammons family to Father Maginot. And now the Ammons, who originated this story, won't talk to me. And they're apparently talking about a movie deal.
Let's admit that. It would make a great horror movie. Why shouldn't they, they've been, moved out of their home. They've been through hell. Again, it seems a bit strange, like that they're, I don't know, talking about a movie deal or whatever, which can seem a bit skeptical. But to me, like, you know, their whole life's been uprooted. Why shouldn't they try and make some money out of the misery that they have lived the last few years?
Oh, she won't. Okay. Are they doing something else with another movie producer? They are.
Charles Reed, the home's original landlord who I bought the house from, and who had owned it for roughly a decade, told local media that he was skeptical. I thought I heard it all. This was a new one to me. My belief system has a hard time jumping over that bridge. And the people who were squatting in the house when I bought it originally told me they didn't experience anything there.
You know, this is
make you say a whole lot.
Yeah, that's strange as well, like that. Obviously, like, the homeowner who's selling the house isn't gonna, like, be saying to somebody, oh yeah, by the way, the house is, like, haunted by, like, a demon or whatever, because then nobody's gonna want to buy that house. The squatters saying, oh, nothing's, like, happened to you or whatever. I mean, you can look at it from both perspectives. They could be being paid by the landlord because he's trying to sell the property by saying the house is perfectly fine, or they've just not witnessed anything, or maybe whatever was there just wasn't interested in them, because it seems to go after women and kids. So I'm not too sure. It's a hard one, you know. But let's carry on and see, like, more evidence, and then we can come to that conclusion. At least Zach's adding this, you know.
about money?
Yeah. Want to know the truth? Yeah.
You do?
They had all these reporters out.
When I bought it originally told me they didn't experience anything there.
You know, this is
make you say a whole lot of stuff.
You think it's all about money?
Yeah. Want to know the truth? Yeah.
You do?
They had all these reporters out in front of my house, and I refused to entertain something that I'm not seeing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's a lie to me. I've been here for 2 years. Now I see here occasional creaks and this and that, but I'm thinking the house.
Mate, you're a squatter, right? So it obviously means, like, you're not able to afford your own place, right? So in order to, like, stay in the house, I'm just, like, trying to be as look at it from both perspectives. So in order to stay in the house, you're gonna say, for the landlord to allow you to stay there, you're gonna say all the right stuff. And then the fact, like, the family are trying to make money out of, like, the experience that they have there. And so you seem a little bit, by the tone of your voice, a bit peeved off. But then again, you could be telling the truth. So, like, we don't know. Or the landlord could be paying you to say these things. Like, we don't know, because he's going to sell the property.
Is all.
Mm-hmm. Whether the claims are real or false, I like to find out whether they're real or false. I'm not here to fabricate none or sensationalize on anything. If people are making this up, I'm going to catch them.
Well, if I'm telling you, I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen any ghosts.
But as soon as I slipped her fiance some money to leave, suddenly he had all kinds of crazy stories.
And there we have it. Money talks. Which has made me believe that they've been slipped money by the landlord, allegedly, to make out as though the house is fine, so they can get it sold. So Zach's pulled an Uno card and thought, I'll pay them some money and let's see. if they'll admit anything. So he's done a reverse Uno. Clever tactic, Zach. Let's hear.
Talk to my friends while I'm in here.
Your friends?
Yeah.
Who's your friends?
Oh, man. I can tell you some shit. When the inside edition, it really came, because they was at the story.
Mm-hmm.
And if I was able to negotiate, man, I had it in the bag. What you offering is peanuts, man.
Mm-hmm.
They came out here, Deborah Norwell, the other little lady, they was out there. The producer, man, oh man, I can be, when this first broke,
he's letting it all slip. He's saying to Zach, what you're offering me, money-wise, is peanuts, but the people who want to produce this movie, they're offering me a lot more. So, yeah, I'm getting it now. So he's saying to Zach that nothing's going on in this house, and hoping that Zach will just walk away, then probably sell the house to this production company or whatever. Because they know that stuff's going down in this house. So he's kind of let the cat out the bag there. That Zach's not offering him enough money, whereas the producers are paying him to say these certain things. And I think they're doing that to get rid of Zach, so they can do their movie. Interesting.
Ain't it, man? You just getting the ass end of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I told them. And they, by me not being on a lease, I was done. I couldn't do nothing.
Yeah, have you seen things in here? Have you seen ghosts in here?
I'm not gonna tell you that until we sit down and make agreement. You know, it's a market for it. And
I'm not gonna tell you that until we sit down and you offer me some money. Obviously, like the producers did.
And I seen the market with the people.
But your fiance said that there's nothing in here.
Well, that's her story.
Inside Edition also wanted to talk to me, but instead I went to...
But little does he just know there that he's just admitted. He says, well, the other person says they've never seen anything in there. And he says, well, that's her story. Meaning, he has seen stuff in there, but he's not willing to tell Zach. Unless some mullah is passed his way. Because he's a squatter, you know, so obviously, you're not earning enough to, or you don't have a job or whatever to, like, rent your own place. So, you've got to make money. You've got to hustle somehow. And this is his hustle.
Meet with the home's original owners. There I learned that other members of the Ammons family also took issue with the claims they were making.
Charles just got me an article here, and this was published February 5th, 2014. It says, the grandmother of the possessed kids insists none of this went on.
Could this be the other grandmother? I don't know. I read that.
So LaToya Ammons, her mother, is the one that lived in the house that witnessed all that stuff and did all the interviews stating that she saw the kids being lifted up and...
Alright, going from, I don't know, looking from both perspectives again. So she's done all these interviews, saying like the kid like walked up the wall, and it was seen by, so the fact of the matter is, like, her story is just one part of many different testimonies, whereas nurses, social workers, police, doctors, psychologists, they all saw this. And she's obviously done an interview which has drew attention to the house. So maybe for some peace and quiet, she's given an interview to say, yeah, nothing's going on here, because they're getting bothered by people that want to come and investigate the house. That's just maybe one aspect, one way of looking at it, I guess. But then there's another way of looking at it, is she could be telling the truth, but that doesn't explain the other people that saw this.
Tons of other stuff. Right. So now LaToya Ammon's stepmother, which is a different woman, my children, LaToya's brothers and sisters, are outraged, the stepmother told me. They know the true story and they're upset about the family's name being dragged through the mud. Yeah. My family hoped this would...
I just said it there. So they've done the interviews and now the families getting sick of having reporters and whatnot showing up. So they've done this interview saying we don't want like any more reporters showing up, name dragged through the mud. Because as I says, like if you say you've seen a ghost and something like that, you're labelled a crazy person. So there's more than likely people were calling them crazy, even though there's like witnesses to as if to what happened at the hospital. So how they... So it just seems like they're trying to cover their ass, to be honest. To try and get some peace and quiet.
All blow over. It has not. Wow.
Also, a photo leaked online of a ghostly...
Then, obviously, you've got the seller. He's not going to tell if the house is haunted. Come on. You're trying to sell the place. If you're trying to sell your house, are you going to, like, say, oh, here's the kitchen, I've just redone it all, put new flooring in, walls have all been replastered, oh, and by the way, there's a demon in the house. You know? Yeah. Yeah, they're not going to admit that. Wait, and then there's a picture that was taken from outside the house. That's clearly a figure standing at the window when there's nobody in the house. And I'll be honest, yeah, that figure does not look human at all. Is there anything else we can see in the windows? Let's have a look. It looks like we can see like two little kids as well. And it was a black family that lived there. These are fair-skinned children. So you see two little kids. It's huge. And I'm talking about huge figure. I mean, look at the size of that figure. Normally someone's height would come up to maybe just above, do you know that railing next on the window next to the door? Just maybe above that. That figure looks about 6.5, 7 foot tall. Massive.
Figure in one of the house's windows. But this was almost definitely faked using a cell phone app.
Oh. Okay.
On top of this, I had the house inspected, and the inspector found mold and other things that could have had a psychological effect on the residents.
So what does the house contain? Asbestos, black mold, everything?
Pretty much, you know, but it's not...
I appreciate Zach doing this and being thorough as to what could explain maybe things being seen, you know, because asbestos and that can affect your body and things like that in different ways.
You know, circulating in the air, like the black mold is up in the attic. So there's probably carbon monoxide leaking out of the furnace, the water heater exhaust, and it goes up into the chimney, you know, which goes up the levels, the floors of the house.
Sorry to keep pausing. It still doesn't explain the nurses and social workers and cops in that seen that kid walking up the wall. Or that liquid. It's just appearing on the blinds. That when you touched it, your hand was filled with pain and went translucent, like white, like a dead. Like when you see someone who's died, you know, like obviously the blood's all drained away from their hands. It looks like at the hand of a deceased person.
Okay, can that make you feel dizzy or euphoric?
Oh, for sure.
And then you have to think about too if any of those elements would affect the human mind or the body to perceive those side effects as paranormal induced type euphoria and spirit energy. So it's something to take into consideration.
I was starting to think this may be an overblown case of mass hysteria, or that there was some other normal explanation that was now being turned into a money grab. But then, with my own investigation, shit got crazy. One day,
here we're getting into the investigation stuff. So these are testimonies from other people. Let's see what actually happens on the investigation.
when we're filming at the house, a woman drives by and says she used to live there in the 90s.
You got my audio, Jay? Check, you got it?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Did you used to live in here?
Yes, I used to stay in that house.
She used to live here how many years?
We stayed like 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
My mom moved here first, and then I moved in with her.
Did you all hear about what's been going on in here?
Yes.
You guys have all heard about it? Your mom been telling you about it?
It's on Facebook.
I know extra stuff happened.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happened here. If the claims are true about the demons being in here, I just want to make sure it's okay for them to be in here. Because the other family did have 3 kids that also lived
Oh, for real?
Yeah, except they were two boys and 1 girl.
What?
Mom, are you giving them permission to go inside?
Yeah, y'all just gotta be careful, because like I said, I ain't been here in a couple of years. Yeah, my mama landlord used to own this house.
You ready?
Yes, I am ready. Oh my God. This is my room. They still got the skeleton key doors. There used to be skeleton doors.
Really?
The skeleton, no, the doors, the skeleton keys, so they changed the doors. This is my room.
Yeah.
This is my room.
This was your room right here?
My bed was right here.
How old were you then?
I was 19.
Teenagers?
Yes, I was 19.
Yeah. What's it feel like to be back in here?
Oh my God, I'm shocked.
Yeah? Mika, do you ever remember anything happening to you or your friends or your family that was strange?
Well, my friend Kanisha's like, when we used to leave my friend Kanisha here, and when we would come back, she used to be like saying stuff like she heard noises.
Did she ever say what kind of noises?
Like footsteps going.
She did hear people walking around.
That's the basement. I never went to the basement, so.
Did you never like to go in the basement? Do you want to go in the basement now?
Yeah, if you go first.
That's so weird that the tenant that's lived there before, they even experienced stuff. So what's the like I said, I think the landlord's full of BS, because he was obviously trying to get that property sold.
You okay? You need a hand? You good? Why did you never want to come down here? Did you just feel something bad down here?
I didn't come in the basement. This is my actually first time being in the basement. I never came to the basement. I promise. Danny, kick me.
Kick you?
Yes, you did. Don't kick me. Shit. Excuse my French. I'm sorry.
No, you say whatever. You say whatever you want.
I don't know.
What's wrong?
Upon reviewing the video with greater brightness, you can see her leg buckle, but nobody kicked her.
I never came to the basement, I promise. Danny? Kick me?
I didn't kick you.
Yes, you did. Don't kick me.
Do you not like it down here?
No, I never really liked the basement. No.
What's wrong?
Upon reviewing the video with greater brightness, you can see her leg buckle, but nobody kicked her.
I never came to the basement, I promise. Danny? Kick me?
I didn't kick you.
Yes, you did. Don't kick me.
Do you not like it down here?
No, I never really liked the basement.
No, why not?
Just didn't.
No.
My brother stayed in the basement.
I had dreams in the house where someone I know would die soon. Then my brother, who used to live in the basement, was shot and killed. But no one I knew would listen to me. And then it happened. That's why I don't go in the basement. Oh, I wonder if he shot and killed himself in the basement. And that's why she doesn't go down there. Which is understandable. But the question is, was something down there coaxing him into doing this to himself? Or was he just depressed? It's so sad. My dreams in her. Oh no, I've just read that.
Is your mom okay?
I don't know. I guess she's scared. That's why she wanna leave.
Yeah.
She all creeped out. I want to do that little turn off the lights and then the green stuff so you can see and hear everything.
The night vision camera?
Yeah.
It's scarier than watching it on TV.
Please,
they can get inside of you and stuff and do all kinds of weird stuff. They can make you sick and that ain't fun. It's happened to me.
Who helped you? Get that stuff out of you?
A priest?
Oh. And that's when you start wanting to do ghost hunting?
Well, yeah, more or less investigating. That's what brought me here.
She touched the blinds with the liquid on it, and now she's wanting to put all the lights and stuff out. I wonder if that's got anything to do with it.
Is the demon still in the house or have they moved on?
I don't know. That's what I'm here to find out.
Will the ghost come to our house since she lived here?
Are you worried about that?
Yep.
You are?
Yep.
A real worry?
Yeah, because I'm afraid.
Mika's microphone has just picked up a mysterious electronic voice phenomena. It sounds like, "Run, Latoya." Latoya, of course, is the name of the mother in the Ammons family.
It's funny, her son was asking me with a serious look on his face if the ghosts were going to follow him home. I don't know what's wrong with this boy.
What's he doing?
Cold with these demons.
After Mika and her kids leave, we set up this religious altar in the living room. Moments later, something I can't explain overcomes me. This moment is only captured on the surveillance camera.
Why is he attacking her?
Billy?
Yeah.
What in the fuck just happened?
Oh, you attacked Jay. You told him, get the fuck out. You said, get out. And then you, like, rushed him.
He, like, basically slammed me against the wall.
Give me the keys. Come outside for a bit.
I don't want to.
I know you don't. You need to, though.
All right. Just hold on.
We leave and drive around for an hour. Then the man living next door calls me. He tells me there's someone on my porch trying to break in.
Are they turned into my house?
Yeah, go over there. Go.
All right, right now, we are just around my house and we see 3 police cars turning down the street to my house. Yeah, pull up over there. Go. Hang on, let me go.
Slow down, Matt. Jeez. God. All right, let's... The police won't go near my house.
Wonder why.
You think it's spooks in there?
What I've witnessed is yeah.
And you think our son was walking up the walls and stuff?
I saw the video that Chief Miller filmed.
You saw the video?
Yeah.
So that video that they showed of the boy walking up the walls, that was taken by a cop named Chief Miller. I thought that was a recreation or something like that. And obviously the cops have heard of that and like they're like, yes, screw that, we're not going in there. And I don't blame them.
Go on, I ain't reading that. No. Read the whole
Rob all you
report.
want,
No,
you're not
there's an
going in
actual,
there.
like, 5-page police report on this. I got it.
If you want to wait, I'll take you guys in there.
No, I'm good. I don't want to go in there. Yeah, because I believe in that shit, and that shit might follow me home.
Chief said he refuses to ever do it because stuff follows you.
Yeah, that shit.
And I won't tell him that.
I don't even like setting out here close to this place, man. I got you.
It's a different kind of haunting. It's not just.
Man, you ain't fucking with me, right? You telling me the truth, real?
Yeah.
This shit is weird. But tear that motherfucker down, man. Oh, seriously, man.
No, we get answers.
No, I don't need.
We can get answers.
You tear that motherfucker down, and what you gonna let loose on the world? Oh, true. What you think that thing's plugging?
The next day, we tracked down Valerie Washington, the original CPS case manager who quit and moved away.
Now, you were in the video that was shot by Chief Brian Miller.
Yes. I'm getting ready to leave you guys.
Okay.
I got another case.
Okay.
Do you still feel what you witnessed that day was beyond the capabilities of a 9-year-old boy?
I'm positive in regards to that matter. It's sometimes even thinking about it again, it kind of just throw me back into a series where I don't want to go back to.
Well, that's messed her up.
It's taken me a while to move past that. When he did walk up the wall before my eyes, he could not remember doing it 5 minutes afterwards, after he was questioned about it, after they asked him questions about it. Child couldn't remember. He looked at us like, what are we talking about? He didn't even understand the question that we were asking him. And the fact that myself and a psychiatrist witnessed this along with the family, we had no words to explain it because we didn't understand it either. And the child couldn't even explain it. He didn't even believe he did anything.
Do you believe that this family was possessed by these demons?
I believe that it was something going on there that was out of the realm of a normal living person. Something was going on. I can't even explain it at that house.
Have you sustained any emotional or mental trauma from what you witnessed?
Yes.
Is this a factor in you leaving here in Indiana?
It played into it because after that, a lot had changed as far as me trying to do my daily routine work. I worked as a child fatality worker. You know, I investigated children dying. I've seen children in various situations burned, beaten, but after that, it was just,
Oh God, I mean, this woman's seen it all. Like she said, she's a child fatality worker. She's seen children severely abused, beaten, burned alive, killed. And this is what she's witnessed, what that kid did, messed her up so much that she basically quit her job in that state and has moved. I wonder if she's still doing that kind of work.
it was traumatic, and I also talked with a psychiatrist in regards to that, and she stated also it was a very traumatic experience for me, and that I did need to go and seek some help. I have witnessed that anyone that has ever went to that home, the effects that they had after they continuously went to that home, the things that happened to them. I do not like talking about it because it to me, if you feed it as if you're scared, it will bother you.
I understand that. What does this one say? CPS worker within 30 days of visiting the house, free. Wait, what? This is the second CPS worker. So in 30 days of visiting that house, she's got 3 broken ribs jet skiing, 3rd-degree burns from a motorcycle, and she broke her hand when she hit a table. All within 30 days. Yeah, that's weird. And if I can recall, she's not the only one that got extremely sick or injured after being in that house. But bloody hell. One child fatality worker's so bloody terrified, even after seeing some of the most horrific crime scenes ever. This was so horrifying to her that she just up and left. The second one, all this stuff happened to her. And then again, her hand also. I mean, look at her finger. Look how white it is. After touching the white liquid on the window. I don't know what that could be. What would you think like that could be? Like ectoplasm or something? Is that what they call it? I'm not too sure. But bloody hell. Let's see. A home inspector, after he returned home from the house, a tree nearly fell on his car while driving home. He was choked by an unseen force while asleep and developed, oh God, and then developed cancer soon after. Seems like if you enter that house, it feels like you're doomed. Like something's trying to kill you. And this is a home inspector that goes around making sure like the home's like safe and stuff. Like, one, a coincidence. Two is a pattern. Let's hope there's no more.
The day before Father Maginot was going to perform the second exorcism on Latoya, he experienced what he describes as an attack while on a bike ride.
As I was driving through the neighborhood, anyone who looks up to me is staring at me with a puzzled look, like, what in the world is riding by, you know? And so that was happening all the way to the end of the path. And all of a sudden, I'm on the side of the path, thrown down. You know, how did that happen? Then I looked at my bicycle seat, and it was 45 degrees off.
They knew that the demon was trying to find out what would stop me from going
Follow up with Father Mike. What would stop me from going forward?
forward with an exorcism. And I know it's the demon.
So he's the guy that's going to perform the exorcism. So it makes complete sense that this so-called demon would attack him, and they've used so much force that they've literally thrown him from his own bike, hoping to harm him.
And have much force to do that. And that was a scary moment, you know, because what else can it do? I was baffled by it and wasn't going to let it stop me.
Okay.
Good on
Captain
you.
Austin was also affected. Just 2 days after I interviewed him in the house, he found
Another one? How come they're all getting sick?
himself in the emergency room.
I exited the restaurant. I was in full uniform, and when I exited the restaurant, I had the dentist in my right hand. I was walking towards my squad car. I walked down the sidewalk, and as I walked down the sidewalk, both feet slid on the ice and went up about 3 feet in the air. Jeez. I did a somersault and fell on my head. I was unconscious for approximately a minute, and I was bleeding from my head. And everybody came out the restaurant. They was hollering and screaming. And they called the ambulance and they transported me to Methodist North Lake Hospital.
Captain Austin would also end up being shot during a home invasion.
What the hell? So he's like being like pushed down on the ice and fell on his head and being knocked out after being in this house. And he's been wounded in a shooting. Like, how come like all these bad things keep happening to the people that have been in this house? Like, as it says, like, one's a coincidence, but this is more and more and more and more and more people.
But he survived. As I make my way back to the hotel, I receive a phone call from a distressed Mika. Something is terribly wrong.
Yes, I was at my daughter's pageant. I don't know, my mama.
Oh dear, this is the family that used to like live in the house before the family that were possessed. So what the hell's happened there?
Came back and they've been trying to call me. I just came in the house today.
When did this happen? Just now?
I'm waiting on the police to come.
Will you call us back after the police leave?
What's happened?
Yes, sir.
On February 20th, 2014, just 2 days after visiting us at my house, Mika's daughter attempted suicide by overdosing on medication and stabbing herself.
What the hell? Oh no. I mean, this is like cops and inspectors and social workers and other people like I don't know what to say. But 2 days after being in this house, this young girl stabs herself and tries to take her life. Yeah, I don't think it's safe for like 11 people that maybe are not part of the investigation into this house. I really don't. Seems like the people that you let in are all being attacked, and it's all attacks in certain ways that can kill all of them. And she touched the blinds.
After this incident, one of my crew members quits immediately.
No wonder. I mean, after hearing about 6 or 7 people have like experienced things that they've been shot, cancer, stabbings, like all within within 30 days to 2 days to being in that house. Can you blame them for quitting? Adequate. As soon as like I don't know, as soon as I found out that boy walked up that wall, he had been out of there.
Right there. Okay.
Who's this?
Father Maginot.
Okay. Hi, Zach.
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good.
To see you.
Good to see you.
This is Mika.
Even the father was attacked. Broken ribs. Oh, God.
Hi, Mika. Father Mike.
It's been 3 weeks since I got the phone call about Erica.
This is Erica. Okay. And Erica, please meet you, Father Mike. Okay.
Do you mind if I talk with her real quick?
Okay.
For like 5 minutes?
Okay.
Okay. Erica, do you wanna?
Okay.
I think touching those blinds, something has entered inside her, maybe, that's caused her to do that. I'm just guessing.
I'll get that.
Do you remember going in that house? Remember when you went in with me and your mom like a month ago? Do you remember when you went inside the house with me?
3 weeks. That's how long it's been since Erica spent time with me in the house.
Like, is the demon still in the house or have they moved on?
Do you remember a couple days later things that were going on with you and your mom?
Partially. Like, that day was like in and out.
Okay. Do you remember what caused you to get angry?
Not that angry, no.
No?
No.
Okay. Did it feel like you? Or did it feel like just someone else out of nowhere?
Not when I threatened my mother.
Have you ever threatened her like that?
No.
Okay. What did you tell her?
She not only stabbed herself, tried to commit suicide, but then also threatened to kill her mum.
That was gonna kill her.
Okay. Okay. In her sleep? Okay. Do you remember hurting yourself that day? Do you remember stabbing yourself?
No, no.
She had holes in her, wrists. Her eyes were like red. And
How did she have holes in both her wrists?
in both her wrists, just like little cuts, like she had stabbed her wrist.
With a pen?
And my sister's the
In
RN.
both the sides?
Yes.
Okay.
My sister's
Like
the
where
RN.
Jesus would have been crucified?
Yes. It was scary because, like I said, I never seen that. Something was wrong. She wasn't Erica.
She wasn't
She
her.
was not Erica.
did look pretty different. It seemed to like touch those blinds.
The influence sometimes surrounds a young girl or woman. When life is void to her, the influence whispers that it is her own fault and that she is worthless and should commit suicide. Dear sister, do not believe it. Satan was a liar from the beginning.
Exactly.
Okay, then we'll just have to sit right here then.
We're gonna do an exorcism on her.
O water, creature of God, I exorcise you in the name of God, the Father Almighty, the name of Jesus Christ, His Son, our Lord.
My daughter was screaming at me. We're talking about, I can't stand you, I can't stand you.
Is this typical of your daughter's behavior?
No. I mean, it was
You've
strange.
never seen the rage like this before?
No,
ever.
It was strange. It was like everybody was trying to calm her down and she was just snapping off.
Look down in pity on this your servant Erica, now in the toils of the unclean spirit, now caught up in the fearsome threats of man's ancient enemy, sworn full of our race.
Another weird thing that happened when we was at the hospital, and I'm not making this up on everything I love. My daughter was laying in the bed down where Erica got up. It was a 6, like, engraved in our back. So my daughter was like...
Wait, what?
A 6, like a number 6.
Was engraved in whose back?
It was in Erica's back. Mommy, Erica got a 6 on her back.
Do you remember seeing this 6 that was carved in her back?
She was being all calm and weird.
How was she being weird?
Because it wasn't her. Or like it was somebody else in her stomach or something.
Do you know how this 6 got carved in her?
It was a number 6.
Let us pray. God, creator and defender of the human race, who made man in your own image, look down in pity on this your servant Erica, now in the toils of the unclean spirit. So it seemed like that might have been, the moment.
Of what?
The moment that it might have
left her. Okay.
So it seemed like it.
Okay.
She is. So I don't know if that's what she does. She doesn't remember that.
After news of Erica's attempted suicide hit the media, my dear friend, Debbie Constantino, who'd been on my show numerous times with her husband Mark, saw the headlines and began to try to make contact with the demon remotely.
How did it get there? Didn't want your daughter or any other family, just that family.
After her attempt, she called me and told me that she believed they had made contact with the demon at the house. The voice she captured is deep and difficult to understand. It almost sounds like it's saying something's wrong. Tragically, just a few months after this recording was made, Debbie and her roommate were murdered in a double murder-suicide at the hands of her husband.
Whoa!
This hit me hard. I couldn't...
What? So they try and make communication with like what's in this house, and afterwards involved in what did he say, like a...
Tragically, just a few months after this recording was made, Debbie and her roommate were murdered in a double murder-suicide at the hands of her husband. This hit me hard. I couldn't accept it.
So Debbie and her roommate murdered. And then it's her husband, who she works alongside, doing this kind of stuff, turned a gun on himself. Then you've got that girl who tried to, like, kill herself. Then you've got other people that have done some stuff that could kill, that not can, that yeah, that would kill them. So we've got about 2 or 3 suicide attempts, one successful, and they're all because they've tried to be in contact with whatever in that house. So it's managed to claim 3 souls. Bloody hell.
I felt like I'd lost a member of my family. I believe that certain environments can make demonic activity more likely. Poverty, high crime rates, murders can all contribute. Gary, Indiana unfortunately fits the bill, with over 1/3 of its population living below the poverty line and one of the highest murder rates in the country.
You guys ever heard gunshots around your neighborhood, around your house? Yes.
We live down there.
Do you know where the house is, where the drive-by was?
Yes, it's like right. That greenhouse right there.
A lot of the elderly are getting robbed here and houses are getting broken into. So we need to bring jobs back. We need to get the schools back open in Gary. It hurts me to my heart.
The Emmons' old neighbor told me that a total of 5 people died while living in the house. And one of those was a little boy that died in the back bedroom downstairs in the basement. It's the same bedroom that Mika's murdered brother had lived in.
Weird, because I know they said that photo was manipulated,
I also had to...
but it did look like there was like a little boy in the corner, a little white boy. But again, like if it's manipulated, who'd say? I don't know.
Consider that someone close to the Ammons may have cursed the house and invited the activity on purpose. LaToya Ammon's former neighbor also told...
Who would do that? See these people that, like, curse people to do things like this, that they'll literally curse them so they'll die or commit suicide or something like that. That's why, like, I don't believe in, like, messing with, like, anything to do with, like, witchcraft, any of that nonsense. As a Christian, yeah, I rebuke that sort of thing. I think it's, sorry, like, if that's what you practice, but I think it's I mean, there's verses in the Bible that shall not suffer a witch to live, you know. But to use, like, a curse, which is witchcraft, to summon, I mean, that just shows, like, that you can use this to summon demons. And it just shows as well that you can use it to summon like these curses, regardless if you see the demon or not, or whatever the entity is that's out to get you. It just shows you like that. I mean, I know, like, there's people out there that probably think like they're practicing good witchcraft, I guess, that they are that they are celebrating nature and things like that. But just the fact that you can even use this stuff to do this kind of thing tells me, yeah, it's all very well like respecting nature and celebrating nature and things like that, but as a Christian, you know, I could never, and I would never ask God, oh please, like, curse these people, and whoever goes into this house, harm them and try and make them kill themselves or harm themselves or want to kill someone else. So I do believe that curses can be placed on people, and I think that people that are using witchcraft for those reasons are despicable, absolutely despicable. And if you're a witch out there and you're trying to put a curse on me, I've got the white light surrounding me, Jesus Christ, for protection. You know, I was once told, oh, we put this powder protection of witchcraft over you. I don't want your witchcraft protection, not at all. Because if I had to accept that, that means I'm forsaking Jesus. I'm forsaking my Christian religion. Because the Bible does not condone that kind of thing. I do believe there's people out there with gifts. But this is not a gift from God. So I'm sorry if I've offended you. If you call yourself a witch or something like that, whatever you practice is up to you. And I know some people would never use it for harm. Excuse me, sorry. I don't know why my throat's shutting up by talking about this. I know there's folk that out there that wouldn't use this for harm, but just the fact of the matter that they can is messed up. And I have heard people say that they've used curses on people. Yeah, I have. I'm not going to lie about that. And it just so happens the person now that they cursed, weirdly enough, isn't here anymore. But to these people, it's funny to them. It's funny. You know, they'll never admit it. They'll never admit it. But I know what was said. I know the person's not here anymore. And then the fact, like, I've heard said people laughing about it means that they're it makes it look as though they're happy that their quote unquote curse worked to me. Which to me, that's not from God. To me, that's from the devil.
Me that her ex-boyfriend may have been abusive. Was he the one who had put the altar under the stairs, possibly trying to curse her? I decided I would try to confront him to get some answers.
Far away.
Sorry to keep pausing this, but I'm going to do a video reaction to someone who was, because I found the video earlier, reacting to someone who was a member of a witchcraft coven. I think that's what they call themselves. And I want you to hear this guy's story. And I want you to hear how dangerous it is. And how if you annoy one of them, they can get together and do these kind of things to people. But it's just seemed really strange to me that this curse was used, I guess. Like it says, like, I'm not had any part in this. Again, like, as I says, like, I'm a Christian. I've got more and more into my faith over the last year. But even before that, I was terrified of that kind of stuff. And it's just really strange to me that then the person passes away. You know? And to hear like the laughing and stuff like that someone has passed away. I'm not saying like that they're laughing. I'm not saying like laughing's bad enough. I guess it's just bad enough. I'm not saying that they're laughing because, I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying, like, it just comes across, the laughing makes it seem as though, and the fact, like, they seem not too fussed that this person's passed away. This is someone's loved one. Someone loved. Someone that the family loved. You know, it just seems a bit coincidental to me, and I do not want to choose to believe in this kind of stuff. Like I says, being a Christian, but unfortunately, like it says, I don't think it comes from a good place. I think it comes from the devil, and this stuff does happen, you know. And I think, like, if that is the case, and this has caused this person to get sicker and sicker and sicker, then pass away, why are you laughing about that? Other than, I mean, the only conclusion I can come to is the fact that you're happy your curse worked. And if that's the case, it makes you evil. Utterly evil.
2.7 miles.
Oh my gosh, my nerves are just fucking... Our secret informant who's been on surveillance over there just called and said that he's there. And right now I'm like really tense for this, but happy, excited, we'll see what happens. I want to talk to him and ask him if he had anything to do with putting a curse on that family.
And people as well, I guess, that use curses and stuff like that. Like, as I says, it's from the devil. It makes complete sense as to the way, as to things that have been said and reactions and stuff like that. The way people have been spoken to Because obviously this isn't of God. This can't be of, it can't be of God.
Even if he won't tell me, I can still just get a good sense of his personality. I'll get a sense of his energy to see if he would be the type of person that would be into the occult.
That's exactly what it is. It's a cult. It's the occult.
It's gonna be him.
It's gonna be him?
Yeah, it's gonna be him.
Yeah, that's him.
Yep.
You're not worshipping. Sorry, I keep pausing this. You're not worshipping God. You're worshipping something else, which makes it a cult.
Don't tell me nothing like that. Y'all gentlemen just want to talk to you. Just want to make sure everything.
How you doing? My name's Zach. What I'm doing is I'm making a documentary. I told him what this was all about, and man, he just dropped his head. He's like, man, I want nothing to do with that. I don't want to talk about it.
Of course you don't, you POS, if you've done this. Of course you don't. Scumbag.
He keeps repeating that he wants nothing to do with this.
Thanks for staying. Thank you.
Probably got his little altar in his basement ready to like curse, you know, the crew of the documentary. I wonder if any of the rest of them like start dropping like flies. If they do, then we'll know.
Appears to be a dead end. I invite Dr. Barry Taff, who holds a doctorate in psychophysiology, a minor in biomedical engineering, and who's conducted over 4,500 investigations, including
This is a clever guy. Doctor in bioengineering. Wow.
famed entity case in 1974
Oh my
to help me.
God. So this is the guy that covered that case. That's a really famous case where they did an experiment where a woman was being hounded by an unseen force in her house, and she was R-worded by this unseen entity. So they decided to do an experiment, and it was based on a true story. And they built an exact replica of her home inside like this warehouse place. So this exact replica, where everything, furniture, the lot. And they mounted like cameras everywhere. And they managed to catch this poor woman. This poor woman being violently R-worded by this entity. Not only that, they caught her being thrown against walls. So they documented it all scientifically. And obviously, like, a film was made about it, but it's based on a true story.
To decide if high levels of man-made electromagnetic or earth-made geomagnetic energy could be causing false positive paranormal events inside the house.
This is a frequency counter here, and it was amazing. Plugged it in, and it showed 60 hertz fields throughout the whole house, higher than I would want, but it wasn't that bad. Then we come to this.
Dr. Taff, what is the geomagnetometer? What are we going to measure for here? Are these natural geomagnetic levels?
It measures the Earth's magnetic field primarily.
Okay. So this, we're not looking so much as the house.
Right.
But what's under the house and the ground.
Right, and coming up from it.
Right.
High levels of geomagnetic energy could trick the brain into thinking there was paranormal activity when there wasn't any.
This is very normal. getting low 500. This is what I would expect.
So it's normal.
You start getting over 600, 700.
So it's not EMF or anything like that that's causing them to think they're seeing paranormal things. Because that can happen. But yeah, his readings are normal.
Then you have a problem because it means something's creating this low frequency magnetic field. And what is it?
What are your readings?
Not normal. Everything's normal here. Took out the 60 hertz calibrated tri-field meter. Then, a few feet away from the wall, about halfway up my body, I started seeing like a 1 hertz oscillation. Look.
Yeah.
Why is it spiking here like this?
Why is it doing that?
I don't know. Look.
We tested the walls.
Look. It's not the wall. Look.
Yeah.
It's not the walls. Because these things can pick up if there's a presence nearby. It's picking up the presence.
Why is it?
I don't know.
Floating right there. That's weird. Now it's like gone.
So it's transient. And what was odd is the transient nature. It's not against the wall. It's not on the floor. It's not up above. It's a couple feet forward, a couple feet in the middle of the room, half my height up, and it's
pulsing. Whoa. I'm getting hang on.
Yeah, let's turn. What's the matter?
Ooh. Then shortly after is when I felt the pain in my temples.
Rush of energy, yeah.
And then I had to leave that room. Mm-hmm. And when I left that room, I started getting emotional a second time. Like I was just gonna cry, and then I would get aggressive.
My eyes begin hurting for no reason, and I don't realize it's a warning sign for what's to come.
That's what happens. It comes in and it'll hit.
Slap your hand together like that again. Just as you did that, we got a spike on the instrument.
That's what happens. It comes in and it'll hit me. Why would that happen?
Your body's in some way it's in some way affecting the electromagnetic field here. Your body is a capacitor. It's being charged up by this
Does that mean like something's attached to them?
environment, and you discharged it.
Whoa, getting crazy interference in here.
Let me see, I'm getting it off him then. Let's try magnetic or something.
You get real aggravated.
Look.
Wow.
It's magnetic, look.
Yeah.
We didn't get that before, did we?
No.
20 milligauss coming off you. That's a little high. Why would your body be emitting? Now remember, biomagnetic fields are really weak. You shouldn't be able. You need a superconducting sensor.
And what was I giving off? 20 milligauss?
About maybe 8 to 12 million times normal.
What?
8 to 12 million times normal.
8
to 12 million. The average human body's magnetic field that we generate is measured in the millionths of a Gauss. It's a 1 hertz. Look at it. It's like a, not a 1 hertz. Look at it. You see that? Wow. Interesting. And yet, move away from here to see if the space is affected. It stopped moving because he moved.
All of a sudden, something causes me to lunge at Dr. Taff, and as I force myself to walk away, realizing I may attack him, my cameraman captures the device spiking again at the same exact time as my hostile movement. That thing just spiked when I did that. I get it. This is too much. This is too much. What happened?
Is there a dog next to
That
us?
means an exorcism.
A what?
A dog. Is there a dog?
No, there's no dogs.
Then I just heard it grow. Oh! You heard it here before I
You heard it grow.
I got where? Oh! From over there. Whoa! So it's a dog.
Where did you hear it?
Come from over here or over here? Just, I hear it. Oh, look. Oh! I thought, well, there's a dog.
I heard dogs barking. I'm like, Toya, did you hear that? She said, huh? Did you hear them dogs? She said, I heard them. And she went right back to sleep. I'm like, no, wake up. I heard dogs. We have no...
This is the owner that moved out of the house whose children were being affected, by the way.
Something starts to happen to Dr. Taff after he and my camera operator hear the growl. And now I'm noticing a pattern of how people act when the house is starting to have an effect on them.
Say whatever you want.
No. What's wrong? They appear lost in thought and confused.
Do you want to get out of here for a minute? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Because you're...
No, I need something to drink, like water.
Okay.
Yeah, I just feel very... Yeah.
You don't...
I'm not feeling dizzy here.
I'm noticing that you keep shutting your eyes and
because I
swaying.
feel like I'm going to fall backwards. I feel like I'm going to pass out. Let me see if I move.
You okay?
As we head upstairs, I go outside to clear my mind from the house. And at that time, I don't notice Dr. Taff becoming affected again. Weeks after this investigation, we discover something disturbing captured on this camera while he walks in a state of confusion towards the back hallway.
We saw this in part 1A. What the hell was that? So that's obviously what's affecting this guy. Tried to lunge at him. Oh, I'm so glad he didn't see that in the moment. But I think Dr. Taff, maybe should get out of there now, mate.
The black anomaly appears in 7 frames, shooting at 24 frames per second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Anomaly appears in 7 frames, shooting at 24 frames per second. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Look, you can see like horns. Can you see them? Like its head, and then there's like horns on each side.
5.
Oh yeah, you can definitely see them. It's like it's turned its head now to face Dr. Taff. And then look at the top of its head. It looks like... Yeah, like what dog ears would look like, but they're taller. So there's like horns, and then look, if you look below, it's like it's like a pointy chin. Yeah, they've caught the demon. And it goes back in.
6.
Yeah.
7. which means that when played at regular speed, the anomaly manifests in a fraction of a second. As Dr. Taff walks back, he places his hand in the exact spot where the black mass just manifested off the wall. At which time he immediately becomes affected again.
Please tell me, please tell me, please tell me Dr. Taft's not going to get sick. Please tell me. Because everyone else that's touched anything to do with this thing has ended up either trying to commit suicide, committing suicide, with injuries that can be deadly. Oh dear.
Really bad in there. That same sense of nausea and like you're going to throw up. Reverse peristaltic action, very strong in there.
I take the footage to Ed Wybe, who was a video engineer for NASA for 32 years.
Really increased the luminosity just a little bit just to see some of the other detail in the object. Prior to that, we can see that it's different intensities. There's not the same intensity. So say we thought it was a hand or something like that from someone else, from say the cameraman perhaps, his hand. Prior to that, we can see that it's different intensities. There's not the same intensity. So,
can you see it? Like the horns? No, it's really hard to like make them out.
We thought.
Look at the pointy chin. Yeah. Yeah, I think they caught it.
It was a hand or something like that from someone else, from say the cameraman perhaps. His hand wouldn't be broken up into different intensities. It would all be one hand. I'm 100% sure that it is not the cameraman's hand. You've got the regular shadow of the cameraman back here. It's like a gray, very light gray. But then, as the anomaly's happening, there's this real dark band of shadow all down in here. Well, we don't see it retract back into the wall. It's quite possible it could have entered the cameraman. I don't know if that cameraman had any problems after this shoot.
As a matter of fact, that cameraman did have problems.
Oh, no.
A little while later, he suddenly had to lie down.
So the cameraman is in the same area as when that thing is now being affected and he's now lying down.
He then begins acting very strange, like he's confused.
What's he doing?
No one sees him wander off into the basement alone.
Where's he going there? What the hell is he doing?
Later, we find the cameraman, Adam, lying on his back in the back bedroom where Mika's murdered brother lived. As we return to the hotel, that same cameraman, Adam, starts vomiting blood in my bathroom. He then leaves my room and begins...
Like, thank God, like, Dr. Taft's alright. because like he's touched that area, but so is the cameraman. What now? He's bringing up blood.
Screaming my name in a strange voice. We start rolling with our cameras.
What's wrong?
Where'd he go?
Film. Wait.
What's he just saying? Unknown person in hotel room. The dude is talking for him to settle him down. Alright.
He's calling security.
What's he doing? Why is he acting like that?
Where'd he go? I want to go to the house, man.
Wait, no, that wasn't even him. So they're looking for him. Because they don't know where he is.
Where'd he go?
Oh my god, listen to him sniffing.
I want to go to the house, man.
What does that say? Sorry, guys.
Where'd he go?
You can hear him like stomping. Look at him. It's like a black shadowy, like hunched over. It's like, doesn't even look normal. I want to go to the house, man. So this is this guy saying he's telling the crew he wants to go back to the house now. Mate, I think like you've been in that house a bit too much.
Go to the house, man.
What the hell is he doing?
Whatever is affecting him, he's taunting it to do more.
Dude, what's wrong? I want to go to the house, man. Fuck that. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, what's
Not gonna fuck with me like that. Fuck that.
What's in the elevator?
Nothing. Nothing. It's a bitch. If there's anything here, it's a bitch. Here? Fucker? Huh?
What is wrong with him?
Have you ever seen him like that before, Jay?
No, never.
How long have you known him?
Years? All right, what's up? When the door's open,
That was the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like...
All right, hold on. What are you doing? What's wrong?
No, we're going anywhere near him. No way.
Crazy.
Get back.
Security's...
Yeah, I know. Just stay back. Let's go. For security.
There's an apple this way.
At this same moment, 2 floors above us, Dr. Taff is also experiencing something strange.
Oh no, not Dr. Taff. What's happened to him?
That to the hotel and a strange sense of anxiety, irritability. I'm sleeping and suddenly Not in the room, in my left ear, I hear like a really loud bell. And blood jump out of bed. What was that? I suddenly fell over and I wake up and I'm on the ground.
When Dr. Taft gets up, he realizes he has blood in both of his ears. Meanwhile, back in the room with Adam.
What's happening? What do you feel? Like you're fine in here?
Just all of a sudden, like, felt like something was stabbing me in my stomach. I was throwing up blood. I went out to the elevator. Pressed the button.
Do you think that shit's making you puke and all that?
No, I don't. Just, you guys, can you just cut the cameras, man? Seriously. Fucking little shit like that, it's not gonna fucking...
Well, I think that's how this thing works, though. It's trying to draw you in, piss you off, and like that's been happening the whole time we come here. There's like these little pokes at us, like these little things.
All right,
like
so like honestly, between all of us, like, why the fuck would it fuck with me?
God, dude, I thought you saw a
I
dead
don't
body.
know, maybe because like you were in the area with the black shadow thing and then you went down to the basement. I don't know, maybe that's why.
Fucking no. I thought I was gonna open that up
There
to
was
see
a
it
face.
mutilated. What'd you see?
There was a face.
Could you get any details or anything?
I think you know what I saw, bro.
I had never told my crew or anyone else about the nightmare I had a week before I bought the house, where I saw the face of a goat man exhaling black smoke into my mouth.
Like, I shouldn't be really amped up right now. I need to calm down, I'm sorry.
Scared the shit out of me.
That scared the fucking shit. I'm not gonna lie to you right now. When that fucking door opened and that fucking goat man was standing there, like, for a second behind it, I fucking...
That's why I freaked out. He's went to use the elevator, the doors opened, and that thing has been standing in the elevator, waiting on him. And like Zach said, he's not told his crew about the dream that he had. Of this like goat-looking demon figure. And this guy's just literally came face to face with it. And I guess I can understand that's why he's got angry, you know. But provoking it is just going to make things a lot worse. Especially as well asking to go back to the house. Bad idea.
Screamed like a little girl. Did you hear me call for Zach? Like,
I was like, fuck, dude, this guy...
it doesn't want me.
It wants him?
Yeah, it wants you. That shit scared me. Like, it wasn't just like, it was like the first thing. Yeah, it wants you. That shit scared me. Like, it wasn't just like, it was like the first thing that I thought was, this is real. Because I have to be honest, like, up until that moment right there, I didn't believe any of this, like, 100%. There's something, like, touching my hand right now.
What's it feel like?
It's cold. You got
Still with him.
Grab that meter over there.
Which one? 7.
Whoa. He has a field around him. Come over here. I felt it on my arm here.
You're a fucking bitch. Do something better than that. Do something better than that, you fucking bitch.
Feel around him. That just made my arm hair fucking stand up.
Do something better than that. I'm sorry.
These arm hairs just crawled up, like backed up off of him, like I was
You're
like a towel out of the dryer. It's all staticky.
I'll find you.
Who's that?
Like backed up off of him like I'm
You're
sleeping.
fuck.
Like it's how.
Clearly exact and says, you're an effing biatch.
Out of the dryer. It's all staticky.
Find you.
Gonna find you. And then he's like, oh sorry, and then he's like, I feel like coldness around my hand, and then he try to approach him, and there seems like a field around him, that they can even feel it without even using any of the equipment. And then he just gets angry. Oh my god, imagine opening like an elevator door and seeing that thing. I'd be like, oh, do you think I'd be shouting on Zach? No, hell no. No, 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 no. I'd be shouting, everybody, run! Run! It's found us! Run! Find the nearest church! Run! I'd be like running into a hotel room, like dousing myself with holy water, salt against the door, nailing a crucifix to the bloody doorway, never leaving that bloody room again until like some exorcist came and cleared a passageway. I'd be like, hasta la vista, Zach, nice working with you, mate, but yeah, I ain't seen that again. No way. No way. Oh no, absolutely no way. No way. You kind of think you'll see you down in hell, you know? Makes you want to be a good person because, like, I mean, this is just one of the things, you know? You want to be a good person and, oh, imagine, like, having to go to a place filled with these things for all eternity. Oh no. Absolutely not. Be a bit more religious and I know like not a lot of people like the religion stuff, but like ask Jesus to protect you, you know, ask him for protection. Oh dear. Oh, my white underwear would be brown by the time I left that hotel. Absolutely brown. Oh no, absolutely not. Look at that thing. Oh no.
A short time after returning home,
no.
Dr. Taft's organs began to shut down one by one.
What?
Being an overall good...
I like Dr. Taft. So, one person goes to that area, ends up acting like that, and poor Dr. Taft, his organs all start to shut down one by one. That's every single person that's been to this house put in life and death situations.
health, the doctors cannot explain the cause of this.
So they started telling me my organs are shutting down and failing. All my organs started shutting down. My prostate, massive infection. My kidneys, my liver, my bladder was infected. My whole body was failing. But I mean, it was collectively. It wasn't like a little here, boom, 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 boom. It's like a cascade. This, boom, 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 poof. I felt nauseous and...
What? And, like, the doctors can't even explain that. Oh, Dr. Taff. All you went to there was to take some readings, and now like you're in hospital while your organs shutting down. Oh my God.
See, went back to the hotel later on, and I fell, and then I passed out, and I started to shake really bad, and that's atypical. Did you ever go back to the house? No. I said, a man who hired me went back, and he got sick. A cameraman was there, and he got really sick, and I saw it right in front of me, and he got sicker than I did. What? Started shaking, nauseous, kept throwing up. It's all happening. See, the problem is, it's all happening at the same time. That's what makes it weird. So, the problem is, why are my
whole teams like dropped like flies?
organs all starting to shut down simultaneously? This place might have had a more dynamic and dramatic effect on me, but in a way I didn't understand until it all slammed me together. If my theory is correct that my body shutting down is a result of being in the demon house just for several hours, that's long-term effects. I was only there a few hours. If I'd stayed there overnight, given what's going on.
So we're there a few hours, and now he's got a long-term illness now. Like he says, I think he was about to say that he just stayed there overnight. What? Possibly be dead. This thing, whoever's put this curse in this house, you are an evil, evil, evil POS. And I hope you enjoy being butt effed by a bunch of these things when you get down there. Never play about with this kind of stuff, guys. Never. Even like I don't mind like people doing like the ghost hunt and stuff, but always, if you're going to do that, be respectful as you possibly can. And if you suspect it's anything negative, leave. Do not stay. Just leave. You don't want to antagonize. No, absolutely not. I mean, you need to remember, especially if it's a place but it's abandoned or something like that, you need to remember that this is the place where they dwell. So ask permission if you can film. Say you're not there for any malicious intent. You're just here just to have a little look around, and you're not here to disturb anybody or anything like that. But if anyone starts to be attacked, i.e. scratched, bitten, thrown against the wall, that kind of stuff, hey, look at these guys, they weren't even antagonizing this thing. And they've all dropped like flies. All of them. So why I don't trust things like voodoo, witchcraft, anything like that. Because it has the potential to call forth these things. And if you think that you're able to control these things, think again.
I mean, now I'd probably be dead by now. Who knows what's going on there?
Yeah.
It might, beside the paranormal phenomena, there may be other elements that are tied into it to explain this in ways we don't yet understand. And what happened with you at the house, what happened with the cameraman at the house, this is the tip of the iceberg. So this may provide incredible new definition for what's going on in these cases.
demolished that house. I think they have. But as soon as all that stuff happened, I would have thrown a kerosene bottle in there and a bloody lighter and just set it on fire.
This is a life-changing experience because I never thought this would happen to me.
After the night of Adam's meltdown, his behavior continues to be disturbing. The very next day, he tells me to go into the bathroom of the house, to smash the mirror, and to slit my throat with the broken glass.
What the actually?
He's no longer himself, and after a couple days of this, I have no choice but to...
It's time that, he's taken off the investigation. This guy's now dangerous, and he needs to be, cart him off to the church, and, he needs some kind of divine intervention.
Move him from my crew. Jay, my other camera guy, tries to get Adam some help, but he refuses.
So he won't even go to the church or whatever to get help. So basically this devil thing's just gonna... It's just gonna keep at him and at him and at him. And you seen how angry he got just there. I mean, God, I'd hate to be alone with this guy. Hate it. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you choose to, like, get help if you saw something that scared you that much? But maybe that thing's stopping him. I don't know how much of a grip it's got on him. None of us know. So, wow, yeah. All I have to say is, like, I wouldn't want to be a person that'd be alone with this guy. Ever. Especially since he's refused any type of help to try and detach whatever attached itself to him. God, like, I wish I'd done this part first because it gives massive context into, like, the first part of the unseen footage. This house is effed up. Everyone has got sick. All that's left is Zach. All that's left, like, is Zach. And I wonder if anything happens to him.
With the effects of the house seeming to take down members of my crew now, I decide to accelerate the situation by boarding myself up in the house, sealed up, alone, overnight, and let whatever may be haunting it take its best shot.
What the hell are you thinking? You're boarding yourself in there with that thing. So you can't get out. You cannot get out if that thing attacks you. Oh, that's one of the most stupidest ideas ever. What are you thinking, Zach? I'm even screaming at my phone now. You absolute fool!
Let me. I know this sounds stupid, but the investigator inside of me wants to experience it.
Why? Why the hell would you want to experience seeing, like, a bloody 7-8 foot demon attacking you? Oh, God. I mean, was it jealousy that nothing's happened to you yet? Surely it can't be that. you ever seen, I don't know, like brain sandwiches short of a picnic? What idiot would do this?
Been a long time.
It's been a while. How you doing?
I'm okay. I want to seal myself inside here.
You're doing the cops like what?
I'm gonna start in about 15 minutes.
By yourself?
Yeah. The last piece of plywood goes on that front door. And that last piece of plywood is gonna get screwed in with me inside.
But if something goes on that you cannot control, you're gonna contact me so that I can come to contact the fire department to bust in the door. Is that a problem?
No.
Okay, all right.
That's fine.
Good luck.
See, the thing is, though, other cops are scared to even go into the house. So, like, at least this guy's like willing to like try and get him out. Even this guy's like being attacked. So, kudos for bravery, mate. You know, this cop. But if anything more is to happen to this police officer, I blame you, Zach, for this. What an idiot. It's like asking to be like bloody put into the Red Sea at Sharm el Sheikh and praying that a shark doesn't eat you. That's how stupid this is. I bet you the demon's just rubbing its like claws together thinking, yes, we finally got him alone and they can't get out. What can we do to him? And sorry, but like, I don't want to see harm coming to anybody, but if anything happens to you, sorry, but it's your own fucking fault. Sorry about my swearing there, but it is. Have to use the bathroom, but I'm too enthralled and what's gonna happen next, you know? Knowing like Zach he'll probably come out unscathed or something, but who knows?
I have a phone, my crew, so I can talk to them, text them.
It's really bored me down. I don't know if it came to it, like, I see enough stuff in their chair or whatever that I'd try and smash my way out if something were to happen. Why are you touching the blinds when you know that everybody touches the blinds? ends up messed up.
Pretty weird feeling just knowing that you're completely sealed inside a house, let alone this house. And I'm really afraid to turn that light out. That's like my safety chain right there, that light. Man, I don't want to.
Yeah, you're gonna need mirror and light for safety. Sorry, but... Oh no. Wouldn't be me. Oh, don't go down there. Things just waiting to pounce. Like he's in a bedroom.
I just heard it.
Yeah, it's sort of
I heard a female voice.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
In the kitchen.
But could it be coming from outside? But there's nobody out there. It's snowing heavily. Then why would somebody be saying that's my baby? It's weird. Yeah. You wouldn't have a baby out at that time in that kind of weather. I think he's in the room with the bed. Oh yeah. What's that noise? You guys hear that? What was that noise? What where the hell was that? Oh no, hell no. Where's the nearest thing that you can find? There's like a chair there. There's a window. Grab the chair, Zach. Smash the window or phone the cop guy. Get yourself out of there as fast as you can. That was a bloody growl. Get out of there. Oh my god, like that's not even a small growl. Like that's a... Oh, I don't even know how to describe that. Like not even like an animal growl or anything like that. It was like, Oh no. Oh God, no. Please tell me you get yourself out of here now. Like, we're convinced now the house is fucked. Sorry about my language again, but please tell me you get yourself out of there.
Get away from me. Get
As if
away.
it's going to listen. As if it's going to listen. You're trapped in its lair, you know, you doof. Even your cameras, like, your cameras went all fuzzy and stuff. It can't even pick anything up. Which is not a good sign.
Back the fuck up.
What's happening? Who is he? After I witnessed what appears to be a dark mask that comes out of the wall. Did we see the dark mask that comes out of the wall?
Back the fuck up.
Oh yeah, we did. Doing that again.
Back the fuck up.
Oh God. Why would you stay there? Phone the cop, guy. Get yourself out of there. Just even after the first growl, get yourself. But then now you're seeing like a big black shadow heading your way, and you're still sitting there like an idiot. Where is he? Where's he gone? Excruciating pain began emanating from the back of my eyes.
Oh my god, my eyes. Ow. Ow. Fuck. Fuck.
Yeah, he's gone. Smashing the house up. Yeah, let's go.
The following day, my eyes begin to cross, resulting in double vision. I develop a serious eye condition called diplopia. After multiple neurological tests conducted in Las Vegas and California, doctors are unable to determine the cause for this sudden affliction. I am now forced to wear...
I don't know, maybe it's maybe the black figure kind of coming at you. I don't know, everybody else being harmed and I don't know, attacked. Maybe that could be the cause, Zach.
prism glasses, as my condition is now permanent. Corrective surgery done in both my eyes runs the risk of total blindness.
Wow. Please tell me that's a demolition thing. You're gonna
Shortly after his interview, Kevin Ammons was kicked out of his family's apartment. They claim something dark transferred from me to him.
What a bloody shame, you know. Poor, like, the family's been through, obviously, horrendous things. And, I think Zach should help this guy get a place to live. Because it's like him giving an interview to help him with this documentary that's now caused this now guy to have nowhere to live. Demolish that bat!
Ever since his meltdown, Adam refuses to speak with me or about the house. It appears that the time he spent in the house is still having an effect on him.
Oh, wow. This is him now! So he's decided, like, not to get any help, and this is him now. Oh my days. Oh God.
He even...
Oh no. He's even getting tattoos with 666 on his hands. What else has he got? Hold fast. So we're just having a peek around this guy's body. I mean, the upside down cross on his forehead. What the hell's this? Well, that's maybe getting the tattoo of the 666. Yeah, he's screwed.
Got the numbers 666.
Wow. And just think he would have taken the help, even though I think something was stopping him from doing it. What? See the amount of people that have been harmed that have tried to help with this documentary. It's all of them. You can't even just like say, oh, one person got away scot-free. Everybody got affected or harmed or died or got medical conditions that are going to ruin them for the rest of their life. Zach's nearly blind.
Tattooed on both his hands. The same place he'd felt the dark energy touch him in the hotel room.
There's something like touching my hand right now.
Dr. Barry Taft continues to have health problems.
Oh.
Doctors are still searching for the cause of his mysterious organ failure.
Poor Dr. Taft. All he thought he was doing was reading some energy readings, and now he's laying up in hospital now with bloody organ failure. The doctors do not know what's wrong with him. I mean, what do you say to the doctors? Like, I went to this house known as the Demon House, left, and now that's what's making me sick. Unless it was like the psychologist or social workers or whatnot in the room and the kid walked up the wall backwards. Like, you'd get locked up in a psych ward if you said that to the doctors, you know, so... Yeah, the poor guy's like... Oh, he seems like such a nice guy.
I'm reminded of the toll the house has taken on nearly everyone who's visited there.
Yeah.
Valerie Washington moving away and seeking therapy. The other CPS case manager who suffered motorcycle burns and a broken hand, ankles, and ribs shortly after being in the house. The home inspector who was diagnosed with cancer. Father Mike's bike accident. Captain Austin's fall and rush to the ER. Erica's suicide attempt. Adam's meltdown and the aftermath in his life. Even Chief Miller claimed that something may have followed him home from the house one night.
Something came back with him. I don't know if it was that demon, but something came, and I don't want it back.
And finally, the permanent damage to my eyes. So I decide it's time for the house to go away.
Amen. Done that at the bloody beginning. Demolish the house and salt the ground. Never build anything there again.
This was a portal to hell.
Oh, it's nice to see that thing being leveled.
I was told not to even go in the house.
I just hope nothing happens to the workers who are demolishing the house. This guy's right to the MF down.
Most of the house was hauled away to be buried in a landfill. I wanted to make sure the house never harmed anyone else again. But as an investigator and a collector, I couldn't just let it all go.
Oh no.
So I kept some of it, including the basement stairs and some of the dirt. Even though the house is gone, a police officer told me that people keep showing up and doing satanic rituals on the empty lot.
What a shot. What a shot.
Like I said at the beginning, this story is cursed.
There we are, part 1 of the Demon House, which I should have showed before I showed the unseen footage. But I cannot believe the amount of people that was in that house that has ended up with either life-threatening conditions, really sick, life-changing conditions, murder, suicides. Oh god, and the list goes on and on. Organ failure. Guy that's seems to be possessed, and now he's just painted his whole body up with like demonic symbolism, rituals, Satanists still like performing crap on that land. It's nice to see that it's finally demolished though, because no one should live in that house. And I think it's BS that the realtor who was trying to sell the house is, oh, there's nothing happening here. Yeah, everybody that's in it, yeah, bloody either up nearly dying or was severely hurt. Oh well, I hope you guys enjoyed this this episode. So this was part 2 of episode 1. I know I've done them backwards, but this gives a lot more context into like the lost footage video. What a bloody house, you know. And that idiot, I don't know, boarding himself in. Nearly gone blind. Bloody, I had to be out of there as soon as I heard that growling. It was more than even growling. It was like a growl warning. and a black shadow, you know, like coming towards. That'd have been me. 999, get me the hell out of here now. The thing is, like, the cops even refused to go in there. There's another story that happened in Britain, called, it was the Enfield House, where that is documented up with police reports as well, where the police went into the house, and as they were looking through the house, police officers were seeing little kitchen chairs sliding across the floor and smashing into the wall. You saw a lot of other stuff too, but yeah, I mean, what do you write in a police report, like, regarding that? Well, I went to this house and I was in the kitchen, and all of a sudden, like, the furniture started, like, moving on its own, sliding across the floor and stuff. As beforehand, like, even with UFO stuff, if you reported it a few years back, you were classed as a nut job. But these brave officers, they wrote what they saw. And I think they even saw, like, cans of food come fleeing off the shelves, kitchen cabinets opening on their own, and dishes flying out. So I'll find that one and do a reaction to that. But yeah, this was nuts, absolutely nuts. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and yeah, I'll be back later. I love you all so much. Stay safe, and may I know you guys aren't all religious, but may the light of Jesus protect you all. Amen to that. Love you. Bye.